in Malaysia, there lies forests rich with timber. For years, the forest has supported the businesses, the workers, and the economy. But behind every tree cut down, there is a cost, not just to a nature, but also to taxation.
This forest has been with my family for years. Timber sales are good, but why my tax bill so high?
This is the beginning of our story on forest allowance.
Is there anything problem?
Boss, we already harvest 200 trees this month.
That's good, but every year the forest is get smaller. Miss Aina, I feel like I'm losing money. I bought this forest land at a high cost.
Miss Elena, have you heard forest allowance under Schedule 3 of Income Tax Act 1967?
Forest allowance?
Now, let's move on to the next part. What is forest allowance? Forest allowance is a form of Schedule 3 of allowance which is available to a person who incurred qualifying forest expenditure in the business of extracting timber into a forest. Forest allowance also can be explained as a tax deduction given to a recognized person in a resources forest.
So, to qualify forest allowance, you must first carry on a forest business and second, incur capital expenditure on forest land.
Oh, so can everyone claim the forest allowance?
No, only approved forest land used for timber extraction qualifies.
Then, let's find out who can qualify for this allowance. Forest allowance can be incurred by a person who has concession or a license to extracting a timber in the construction of the forest of related first, a road or a building that used for the purpose of the business which consists wholly or partly from the extraction of the timber from the forest. And beside that, number 2, a building that provided by the owner forest for the purpose of the business such as a welfare or living accommodation to a person or employee or in the connection person of a forest extraction. Before complete this assignment, I had a limited understanding on how forest allowance can be applied on real business situations. I did not fully understanding the concept of condition of forest allowance. Through research and discussion, I have learned that forest allowance can be allowed as a tax deduction in a business or forest activity related to a road or a building. This topic is important for my future career because it can improve my ability to apply this tax rule in the real situation. Personally, this assignment made me more aware of my weakness in interpreting the tax rules, but it also changed my mindset in learning tax information. I have to improve my knowledge and my skill and stay updated with the tax policy to apply in my future career as accounting or taxation in the future.
A forest means land with standing timber for commercial use.
Oh, what about the empty land?
Empty land is not a forest. No trees, no forest allowance.
Oh.
Understanding definition is crucial in tax law. The term of forest is a forest in which person is hold concession or license to extract timber. The forest must be used for the purpose of business in whether it is wholly or partly. In simple words, if extract timber is included in the taxpayer business and the forest is included in that activity, the forest will be taxed as a tax purpose.
So how do I claim it? The cost of forest land is spread over the period of exploitation. Why not claim all at once? Because tax law match the expense with the income earned each year.
How to claim forest allowance? Forest allowance may be claimed on certain expenditure at prescribed rate. A 10% allowance applies to roads or buildings used for timber extraction, while 20% allowance used for workers quarters or welfare building. For example, 60,000 spent on forest road allows 6,000 to be claimed each year, and 200,000 spent on workers' quarter allow 40,000 to be claimed annually until it is fully written off.
What if I plan to stop this forest business? In that case, if there is permanent cessation, any unclaimed forest allowance can be claimed in the final year.
Permanent cessation of timber extraction happens when the company stops its operation of timber and no intention to continue it. According to Public Ruling Number 11/2014, a taxpayer is not entitled to claim forest allowance when the business have completely ceased. However, in the year of cessation, the taxpayer is given special treatment, which is the balancing allowance. This balancing allowance represents the remaining unclaimed capital expenditure for the forest allowance. For example, if the business operation stops its permanently in 2019, it can claim the remaining balance of forest allowance. After 2019, no further forest allowance can be allowed. In these rules, it reminds me that the tax allowance are closely linked to the business activity, where once the business activity was stopped, the entitlement to claim forest allowance are also stopped. As a professional, we must identify the exact year of permanent cessation to ensure that the forest allowance are correctly claimed. Mrs. Elena, according to our record, the state government have imposed a forest charge on your forest land.
Huh? Forest charge? All at once?
Yes, a forest charge, but it does not have to claim all at once. According to the tax law, you may split an election. When a person disposes a forest, the RIBM imposed that the forest charge to be clawed back in the forest allowance that previously claimed. Under public ruling, the taxpayer is given an option which they can elect to spread the forest charge over the years equally in the year of assessments in the forest allowance that previously claimed. This election helps the taxpayer to avoid the tax burden in the year of disposal. However, the option is not automatic. The taxpayer must inform the RIBM under paragraph 32, subsection 1, Schedule 3 of Income Tax Act 1967 and submit amendment tax computation for the affected years. Personally, in these rules, they taught me that instead of forcing the taxpayer to pay a large tax charge in one single year, the law allows that the charge to be spread across the year of assessment.
What if I want to sell the forest land?
Then, a balancing charge may be arise, which means previous excess allowance that you claim may be added back to income.
The disposal of forest land does not necessarily mean selling the land. A disposal occurs when a person assign, transfer or surrender a timber concession or license of valuable consideration. When this happens, any forest allowance previously claimed may give rise to a balancing charge which is added back to the taxable income. I also learned that forest allowance does not automatically granted. Taxpayer must fulfill specific conditions and maintain proper documentation to comply with LHDN requirement. This topic helped me understand how tax incentives are applied in practice, not only in theory, and highlight the importance of accuracy to avoid penalty with LHDN.
Logging contractor who is not the license holder. Normally, a person who has been granted a timber cessation or license will engage a logging contractor to carry out timber extraction activities. An agreement is entered between both parties, and the logging contractor may be required to make the payment to the license holder for the right to extract timber. Eligibility to claim forest allowance. A person who is not the holder of timber cessation or license is not entitled to claim forest allowance. This applies even if the person has incurred qualifying forest expenditure and has made payment to the license holder to obtain the permission to extract timber from the forest.
Several payments made by the logging contractor, which is license fee. License fee is a fee that paid to a forest department by a logging contractor, can be recognized as a revenue expenditure and allowed as a deduction from a gross income under subsection 33, subsection 1 of the ITA.
Purchase of timber from the license holder. Any payment made by a logging contractor to the license holder for the purchase of timber is allowable as a deduction from gross income under subsection 33, subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act 1967. The proceeds from the sale of timber will be treated as part of the logging contractor's income.
Next, commission to license holder. This commission is paid to license holder in order to secure timber concession. Since the commission is paid to obtain a right or license, it is considered as capital expenditure. However, the commission does not allowable as deduction in gross income for tax purpose.
Survey and demarcation fees are fees that paid to forest government by logging contractor to measure and mark forest area. So these fees are recognized as revenue expenditure because they are part of normal operational costs. So these fees allowed to be deducted from gross income under section 33 subsection 1 of Income Tax Act.
In timber extraction activities, the fine and penalty paid to the forest department or any authority department are not allowable deduction. This is because such funds are not incurred in the production of income but arise from the non-compliance with legal requirements.
Before doing this assignment, my understanding of forest allowance was quite limited. I only know that it was tax incentive related to the forestry activities, but I did not really understand how it works. After studying this topic, I learned that forest allowance is provided under Schedule 3 of Income Tax Act 1967. Its main purpose is to encourage planting and replanting activities in Malaysia. This topic helped me understand that forest allowance is not just about reducing tax, but also about supporting sustainable forestry and environmental protection. Overall, this assignment improved my basic knowledge of tax incentive and gave me a better understanding how taxation works in Malaysia.
From professional perspective, this forest allowance is very relevant to my future career in accounting and taxation. Understand this tax incentive allow me to provide accurate tax advice, assist client with proper tax